All right, folks, welcome back to the Reg.A Money Show. We promised you a major announcement when we got back, so we're here. And Miguel, why don't you tell everybody out there what this major announcement is?
Oh, no. Wait. We got that announcement. That announcement is way too big, my friend. We gotta ease back in there in the Reg.A Money Show right now. We gotta ease back in there now. What I'd like to do, okay, because we're always bringing all these professionals on and we're asking them all these questions and we always get all this information. And I thought today, because it's our anniversary, I thought that I would do something, that I think that everybody would want to know out there that's listening to us. So, if you guys can check out one of the websites and reach out to us and give us your favorite moment, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to ask Ron Costa, my co-host, my partner, my confidant, the guy who has been with me through thick and thin as we've built this thing. I'm going to ask him, Ron, I want you to tell me over the last year, which one or what is your most memorable show, or topic or show or guest, or what was the most memorable moment of the last year that we've been doing this show?
Well, there's actually many, but I think, Miguel, the one that stands out the most for me probably is the Laura Anthony show when we did that one, and only because we were basically starting this up from scratch, and we're new to the industry, kind of in a way, for Regulation A+. Of course, everybody's new, but I mean, Laura has such a great reputation, and she's so well known in the industry. I mean, she's basically an industry giant. And when we talked to her about being on the show, it was an immediate, let's make it happen somehow. And I thought, wow, here's somebody who is at the top of their game and is willing to take the time out to do an interview with us, who were, at the time, were basically nobody. And it made me think to myself, wow, we are really on the right track here. And if we can get a guest of the stature of Laura Anthony, then we can really move forward in this in a big way. And that's when I started really believing, like, we've got something really great here. So I think that was probably my favorite show so far.
Yeah, that was a good one.
How about you?
Man, if I think about it, we've had some pretty incredible moments on this show, dude. Especially with the type of guests that we've brought on. I am going to have to say, Darren from CrowdFundX. When Darren came onto our show and that guy started spitting about artificial intelligence and marketing with artificial intelligence and Darla, the artificial engine that they've built, I'm thinking to myself, what the hell have Ron and I stepped into here when this guy is talking to us about artificial intelligence? I keep thinking, i.e., and I'm thinking, Jesus, Ron, where is this industry going, dude? And we are just, like you said, we are at the beginning. Everybody here is a newbie, dude. This is like, one of the things that I want you guys to understand. You're listening to the Reg.A Money Show with Ron Costa and Miguel Dotres, but I want you to understand something. When we talk about being new, this industry is it's at the infancy right now. It's an infancy period. You got like about 120 companies, 130 companies that have actually filed their Reg A's with the SEC that have actually been qualified. You got 2 companies that have gone to the New York Stock Exchange out of those 100. Okay, that's 2%. You got a bunch of them that have filtered into the OTCQB markets, about 5 or 6 of those, right? So total is like 8% of the 100 or so have actually gone into the public markets, which is pretty amazing, dude, if you think about it, okay? This is a brand new industry, and it's just started, and that, I would have to say that my favorite part was just, talking to Darren and realizing that this thing is just started, and the tools that are being wielded by these companies, these new companies going out with this new technology, because it is technically, Reg.A is a new technology. It's a new way to access capital markets. It's a new way to get, your customers, your vendors, the people that, are your crowd, to be able to invest in your company that believe in you, right? So I would have to say that to you now. Now listen to me, my friend. You have been with me for over a year, and I think I would be remiss if I didn't do a full disclosure with you, right? So you know how we always bring our guests on the show, and we always ask them the disclosures. So now it's your turn, Ron Costa. You're now a guest on the Reg.A Money Show, the show that you actually co-founded with me, Miguel Dotres, and now I'm going to do a full disclosure questioning to you. So, Ron, we get downstairs and we open up the cars, we open the doors to the Mercedes, we jump into the Mercedes, and what do you have playing on the radio, my friend?
You know, I'm playing some Bruce Springsteen. How about that? A little Born to Run, Thunder Road, you know, that kind of stuff. Rosalita, that's the kind of stuff that I listen to. Classic.
All right, so now we go to your favorite watering hole. We're sitting there. We're going to pony up to your favorite bar, which I don't know the name, and we're not going to advertise the bar right now because we're always looking for sponsors. But so your favorite watering hole will show up, and what are we drinking, and what are you suggesting that I drink with you?
Well, for the most part, whenever you go to a bar, you got to have some kind of beer. For me, at least, I'm a very big craft beer aficionado. I love it. I love IPAs. I love stouts, etc. So I'm going to drink some kind of a craft beer, probably some double IPA at the start, and I would suggest the same thing for you. And however, if we are at a bar at some kind of a networking event or whatever, you can't go wrong with a little martini, right? Little lemon drop martini, that kind of works as well. So one or two, but I would definitely go with the beer first, I think. And perhaps you agree with me on that.
No, I agree wholeheartedly because I am also a nice craft beer aficionado, and I enjoy the brewing process and everything that's involved in the craftsmanship of a fine beverage. And so now we know that we're listening to some Bruce Springsteen. We're drinking craft, and now I have to ask you this last little bit.
Okay.
When walking in and choosing a cigar to smoke, is there a particular brand of cigar that you look forward to?
Oh, that's actually a bad question for me because I am totally not into that whole scene, and I wouldn't even know a cigar brand if you told it to me, believe it or not. Isn't that crazy?
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
No, it's not crazy. I love it. You're a health conscious. You're a health kind of conscious dude. I love it. So no cigar for Ron, right? But so craft beer for Ron, Bruce Springsteen for Ron. So what other thing, Ron? Who's your favorite football team?
Unfortunately, it's the Jets. I've been a Jet fan my entire life, so all that should tell people is that I know how to take pain.
Oh man, this is just great, Ron. Man, it's been great. Listen, I want to really good. I want to thank you so much for doing the show. It's just great to have a partner and a co-host that is so passionate about this industry, and to come on here and commit the shows that you have done with me. It's a great honor, and dude, and it leads me into this next announcement because of you and the work that we have done together. Guys, the Reg.A Money Show, you are not going to believe this, but through the powers that be, you can now find the Reg.A Money Show with Ron Costa and Miguel Dotres on iHeartRadio.com. Tell them about it, Ron. Tell them about this exciting program.
Yeah, well, first of all, iHeartRadio needs no introduction because everybody knows what it is. They've got literally 100 million viewers and listeners on that thing at this point. They're into all kinds of different podcasts and shows and radio. Everybody's on the iHeartRadio network at this point, anyone who's big. And when we put our application in to be part of that, quite frankly, I didn't think that they would actually approve us because I thought we were too small at the time. Because, you're talking about some pretty big companies that do iHeartRadio. ESPN is one as well. So, we're on the same broadcasting network that ESPN is at this point, which is unbelievable. But anyway, they sent us the approval and got on the phone and did a couple of things. Now we have our links all up. And if you go to reg-amoney.com to the Reg.A Money Show link, you'll get access to the iHeartRadio link. You can go right there, and you can listen on the iHeartRadio, on your phone, in your car, anywhere. That's just, I just can't believe it. It really made my day when I saw that approval. And like I told you before, if I had to bet on it, being in Vegas and all, I probably would have bet on a no on that. But when we got the yes, it just confirms to me that we had the show and we're going the right direction with all this. So I was really psyched about it. And the first thing I did, what was the first thing I did, what do you think? It was to call you and say, you better start drinking a beer here, buddy, because this is really, really big news.
Yeah, it's phenomenal news, Ron. It's phenomenal. But you know what it is, Ron? You know what it is? To be honest with you, you know what it is? Now that I look at you and I see you here in the studio, in the Reg.A Money Studios, you know what it is? You have to understand that the commitment that we've given our listeners, the commitment that we've given to the industry, to the commitment that we have spoken about this Reg.A industry when nobody else was talking about it, that commitment that we have made has been rewarded with iHeartRadio.com. That's the people over there at iHeartRadio going, those two guys are talking about things that nobody else is talking about. Those two guys are talking about an industry that can help companies access capital markets. Those two guys are over there busting their humps to try to bring the information that businesses need to access capital markets for businesses to take the next level of their business and raise money. And also you have to remember too, we're bringing information that investors can listen to, CPAs can listen to, auditors, attorneys, everybody who is interested in this industry can now tune in to the Reg.A Money Show with Ron Costa and Miguel Dotres and get the latest information on our industry, and we're bringing it to them. And iHeartRadio is the testament to that. They're testifying that what we're doing is on track, buddy.
Yeah, absolutely. And like I mentioned before, they have, according to the Wikipedia page, they have over 100 million listeners at this point. So that's a pretty large audience. Yep. So I'm psyched about it.
Bigger.
Yeah, and I think this is a good little recap show that we did. We had to. It's our first year anniversary for the show, and we get the news such as iHeartRadio. Let's hope in another year it just continues to just get better and better and better, which I'm sure it will.
Oh, I know it will. I'm more than confident that we're going to do. We got all these new segments that we're going to be doing, that we're going to bring. We're continuing to bring guests every week that are industry leaders or that are professionals in this industry. Not only that, but we're bringing the contenders. Remember, we got the segment that we're going to be doing with the contenders. These are companies who are either up and coming on a Reg.A, are companies that are getting ready to do a Reg.A, are companies who are engaged in a Reg.A. I mean, you got to remember, we got the contender segment that we're going to be doing. We got our guest segment that we're doing. We're coming up with a bunch of whole new formatting for the show, so that way you guys can keep engaged and continue to listen to the Reg.A Money Show with Ron Costa and Miguel Dotres. And also, Ron, I would be remiss if I didn't mention one of the most important factors to all of this success that we have had on our show, and that is all these guys and listeners and all the people that support us, who have given us their attention, who have subscribed. If you guys are still listening and you haven't been able to subscribe on the iTunes platform, now you can go to iHeartRadio and show your love. Go to the iHeartRadio, go to the iTunes, subscribe, get the show on the phone, get the show on the computer, get the show, turn it up, and listen to it and listen to us, because of you guys, Ron and I are continuing to bring this information in because of you guys, our listeners out there, all of our listeners. I'm talking to you. You know who you are. You guys have made this show a success that it is. You guys have been able to elevate us to the iHeart platform, the iHeartRadio.com platform, and because of you, Ron and I are able to bring you this information on a weekly basis. And we thank you, all of you, personally, from our hearts. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Yes, we do.
And being a part of this show.
Yep. All right, well, Miguel, let's just sign off for now, and we'll be ready for another show next week. Guys, you've been listening to the Reg.A Money Show with Ron Costa and Miguel Dotres. You can check out the show at reg-amoney.com. That's REGA money.com. If you would like to be a guest on the show, if you have a question, you could always call us directly. We are at 612-888-REG-A. So we appreciate the phone calls as well. Thank you for listening, and we'll come at you next week for another Reg.A Money Show. Thanks for listening, everyone. Take care. Bye.